a lot of companies get live service games wrong. And I mean, yeah, you could say, oh yeah, no doubt. But it's true. And it's kind of funny how this method hasn't really worked out correctly for a lot of companies. There's a few that do get it right, but a lot have completely messed it up. For a time, Overwatch 1 did it correctly. How did they do that? They had loot boxes and in-game currency you can earn. And there was one in-game currency. There was one in-game currency, and if you earned enough currency by playing enough matches, you would be able to buy a new skin. Alternatively, if you didn't want to wait, you could spend the money now to get the skin immediately. This was a system that I would believe for most gamers were completely okay with. If you wanted early access to the skin, you would pay for it. Otherwise, you could still earn it in-game. However, you still had to pay the upfront money, the upfront cash to purchase Overwatch. And that was fine. That system, which is now no longer available, has been done away with because of shareholder value. They weren't making enough money. And that's the sad part, because it was actually such a good system. You kept the gamers happy. They had to pay up front for to play Overwatch initially, and then when they played it, if they want access to more skins, they could purchase them, or they could earn them in-game by playing the game. You keep people coming back to your game. You keep players in your game because there is a reward metric. They can keep earning skins. It was a really great system. Now let's take a look at Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 also is requiring you to pay upfront cash to purchase the game. And alternatively, you can earn credits in the game to purchase DLC. However, you can also buy that DLC early on to get quicker access to it. So it's pretty much the same method that Overwatch had, but here's the catch. To earn that DLC takes so long and so much grinding that it's no longer worth it to bother trying to earn the in-game credits. It's faster for you to just purchase the DLC. And so Helldivers actually didn't really live up to the hype people are saying that this is the best way to perform live service games. In fact, they were just kind of pushing the line far enough to see, when will people stop playing our game? How much of a delay can we make it so that people will stop wanting to bother earning the in-game currency and rather just purchase the DLC? It became a metric that they were just measuring. And this is a sad thing, because companies now use data against you. They're not using data for you. Some of the best companies that have ever existed, and this is just outside of gaming in general, but also includes gaming, put the customer first. They gave value to the customer. And sometimes they gave a lot of value to the customer and didn't charge a lot for that value. And as a result, what would happen? Well, that customer was happy. They would tell a lot of people about that service or that product they were getting because they knew they liked it and they got so much value out of it. And therefore, that generated more sales. But now we are in the flip side, where companies are trying to extract as much money from your wallet as possible instead of delivering you with any value. Now, Helldivers 2, personally, I think is a great game, but it struggles with this DLC element. I don't like playing it because I feel like I have to purchase more DLC. And yes, you could say, well, you can earn it in-game. Sure, I could earn it in-game, but I do not have the time to grind out that many hours to earn your downloadable content, which, by the way, is downloadable content. It's not like it's not like you're adding massive new available features for you to play for free. No, I actually have to spend money on it now. I don't have the time to sink in to earn any of that. You know, I'm in my 30s. I got other stuff to do. I'm not like a teenager anymore. In Overwatch, you could earn, I believe it was 25 credits per each game you played. You would earn a lot of credits pretty quickly to buy a lot of skins. It was nice. Plus, they added the loot box system. You would get a loot box every day. They were giving away skins all the time. There was so much value, especially after you had purchased the game. And I had purchased Overwatch, but then they made it free to play. And after they made it free to play, they started trying to extract as much value out of players as possible. And the loot box system went away, and it was sad. And then you can take Skate 4, for example. It's free, it's early access, and you can play it right now. But they are constantly pushing and advertising for you to buy skins. It's weird because live service video games exist in this strange space. No one is really ever getting it right. The closest I have ever seen this done as best as possible was Overwatch 1. I don't think anyone else has ever gotten close to correctly providing a live service game where it didn't feel like I was getting robbed when I played it. And Helldivers 2 feels like it's trying to rob me. That's why I don't like playing it. I still like the game, it's fun, but I really don't like playing it. Just for that reason alone. I think when you are creating a live service video game as a company, you really need to be careful about how are you rolling that service out in a way that doesn't feel predatory to your customers, your clients who are playing the game. And that should be something that's taken into consideration. How do people feel about your transaction process? And that should factor in to the whole experience overall.